Here's what I'm planning on making today with my mag switch that I got for Christmas. My mag switch 150. My attempt is to take this apparatus right here and make this hold down bracket. Now this is put out by the mag switch company. MAG. I don't know. Well, I know you ain't going to be able to read that, but it does say magswitch.com.ou right there. As you can see, that came right off there. Not sticking at all. This is the 150 model, which means it's supposed to have 150 pounds of hold down force. Now if you just turn this knob like that, it's stuck. It's not enough to pick up that anvil, which the anvil is fastened down just a little bit. I can't hardly get a hold of it. Anyway, that's what I'm going to use. And Navy Thomas 8, this was the apparatus I was talking about you using to hold your camera on the back of your bike. You could see here, these have two holes here. You could make up some kind of a bracket, put a bolt on it that'll fit into your bottom of your camera mount. Put that right on that back plate we made for the back of Barbie. Just stick that right on there, and like if you're going to the store or something, you could just twist that, take it off, throw it in your pocket or whatever, and not have your camera stuck back there. Be easy on, easy off, and let me tell you, it would take a hell of a jolt to knock that off there going down the road. Now let's clean the stuff off a little bit here. See what we can do. Okay, I've got a piece of angle iron here. It won't take much. As far as thickness, yeah, it's 2 inches, what I thought. I'll get a hole saw out here, big enough to cut a hole to. Oh, that's just about right. I don't know which. This is what these are really for, is for power tools. You can, now they recommend you get 2 of these, and they'll fit on a 3/4 inch board. You can screw them down, drill a hole, screw them down to a 3/4 inch board, and use them for different fences and whatnot on power tools, which that's pretty good right there. So let's chuck up this hole saw. Get my oil out here, which I know is cold. What speed are we going? We're going way too fast. Let's slow that down. Well, I turn on the GoPro here and take you along changing the speed on this. You can see. If you can't, you won't see this part of the movie. Anyway, you can loosen that right there up, which loosens up the motor, and take this back belt off, the front belt off. We get the back belt out of there. And right there's a speed chart. It tells you different RPMs you can get out of this drill press. I'm wanting to run this pretty slow with this hole cutter, so let's run it at about 250, which puts this one at the very bottom and this one at the very top. This big one like this, be easier. handle over, which tightens the motor up, tightens up that back belt. Front belt's on a swivel, and now we're going at 250 RPMs instead of it was running as fast as it could. I had to wire brush on it the last time I used it. Well, actually I was drilling some wood, but that's what I had it going so fast for. So I had it going 3,000 RPMs, and now it's going 250. Now, seeing as how it's cold out here in this barn, this oil can is going to be stubborn. So we'll get it primed up here. There we go, a little bit of oil. And see how much of that we want. That is 2 3/4. So if I make it 3 inches long, need a piece of soapstone. So we're going to cut that at 3 inches here in a bit. And it's 2 3/4. So, well, we just want to drill in the middle of that. So right there, right there is the middle. And that was 1 3/4 inches, I believe. Yes. So that needs to be out from there 7/8 of an inch. Now let's see what we got here. Yep, that's all right. I might run that table up a little bit. Well, after whittling on that with that hole saw for a little bit, I realized it was time to quit fooling around. Break out the heavy artillery. So I got out the hole saw. Now we'll cut that off. Disc. Right there. Tighten that down. experience told me not to reach out there and grab that with my bare hands right after it was cut off. That's what experience told me. Alright, now then, let's find a sacrificial C-clamp. I've got some that are not cast. I think this red one over here is going to have to do. It's a Stanley Handyman made in the US of A. If I put that right there on the side right there, take a little bit off of that right there, not very much. It would still hold something down on that side, but for sure you could cock it sideways just a little bit. Yeah, we'll just need to flatten it up a little bit, but I need to take that down. Let's see, to where it's that high. Right there. If I cut that off right there and weld that on, that'll put it about a 1/4 of an inch so past, so it'll hold something down flat. So let's commence sacrificing a C-clamp. Well, it wasn't quite what I'd hoped for, but it actually does what I wanted it to do, and that's like hold something there so I could chisel on it without it moving. So it is doing that. And it's easy to take on and take off. But having this C-clamp out here as far as I do puts a lot of leverage on it. Whereas pulling straight up, it doesn't come off as easy. Like I said, it does do what I wanted it to do. It just doesn't hold down quite as much as I wanted it to. Now they do make stronger of these magnets. Of course, if I mounted this C-clamp back closer to it, it'd be better too. But it does what I wanted it to do. So we'll just leave it at that. One genuine Anvil hold down. See you all later.